Did not notice it happening at first. The distance. It grew quietly. Between deadlines. Between routines. Between all the careful decisions that slowly shaped her life into something stable and strangely difficult to feel inside. From the outside, everything appeared fine. She worked. She answered messages. She smiled when expected to. Her apartment remained clean. Her evenings predictable. Nothing was broken exactly. And maybe that was why it took her so long to realize how absent she had become from her own life. The library appeared on a rainy evening she almost walked past without noticing. A narrow passage between two old buildings. Warm light at the far end, a wooden sign above the door, with no name written on it. Something about the place felt oddly familiar. Not familiar in memory, familiar in feeling. Inside, the air carried the scent of old paper and dust warmed by dim amber lamps. Tall shelves stretched upward into shadow, disappearing somewhere beyond visibility. The silence there did not feel empty. It felt patient. She wandered slowly between the shelves until her attention settled on a single book. Its cover contained no title, only her name. At first, she assumed it was coincidence. Then she opened it and found herself reading about a life she almost lived. Not a completely different life, just a different version of her. In that life, she had accepted a job offer she once declined because it felt too uncertain. She lived in a smaller apartment. Money was tighter. The future, less stable. And yet, somewhere within those pages, she laughed more easily. That detail unsettled her more than anything else. Over the following nights, she returned to the library again and again. Each book revealed another life that could have belonged to her. One where she admitted feelings she once buried beneath caution. One where she abandoned a career that looked successful but slowly emptied her. One where she failed publicly and survived it. Some lives were happier. Some were harder. Some lonelier. Some freer. But gradually, she noticed something difficult to ignore. The lives that felt most alive were rarely the safest ones. And the versions of herself within them all shared something her current life seemed to lack: presence. They were not fearless people, but they remained emotionally honest with themselves in ways she no longer was. For years, she had mistaken safety for identity. Without realizing it, she had slowly shaped herself around avoiding disappointment, avoiding uncertainty, avoiding vulnerability. And somewhere inside that carefulness, parts of her had quietly disappeared. One evening, deeper within the library than she had ever gone before, she found a book that looked newer than the others, almost untouched. Her hands hesitated before opening it, because somehow she already knew what it contained. It was her current life. Every routine, every decision, every carefully measured year. The pages described a woman who appeared responsible, dependable, composed. But as she continued reading, an uncomfortable realization slowly settled inside her. The life itself was not tragic, only emotionally distant, as though she had spent years surviving herself instead of living herself. For a long while, she remained standing there in silence while the dim library lights flickered softly around her. Then finally, she asked the librarian a question that had quietly followed her since the beginning. Which one was the right life? The old librarian looked at her gently. None of them. She said nothing. The librarian adjusted one of the books on the shelf before speaking again. Lives are not meant to be perfected, he said softly, only lived honestly. The words stayed with her long after she left the library that night. Outside, the rain had stopped. The city remained unchanged around her. Passing cars, distant conversations, reflections, shimmering across wet pavement beneath streetlights. And yet something felt different. For the first time in years, she noticed the cold night air against her skin, the sound of her footsteps, the movement of life continuing around her instead of somewhere beyond reach. She stood there for a moment beneath the fading rain clouds, breathing quietly. And somewhere between all the unlived lives she had mourned, she realized she had almost disappeared from her own. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment. If you feel drawn to walk this path of reflection and quiet wisdom, you're welcome to stay. In another quiet story, two voices sit in the dark, trying to understand a change they cannot yet see.